Black Captain America, huh?
Damn right. We built this country. Bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. Not after what everybody before me went through.
Hey, what's going on? Y'all see I got that Dallas Cowboys up there. Yes. Happy Sunday. Hello. How are you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great episode of Just My Opinion Reviews, super duper edition, where we talk nothing but superhero and comic book news. Before we get started, guys, please, let me know how I'm looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know if I'm crisp. Let me know if I am clear. I would really appreciate it. As you guys can see, I am in a great freaking mood, man. It is the start of another week. We now have 3 more months left to the date left in 2023, and I'm just so excited for everything that's to come in the future. Nothing but positivity, spreading all those vibes out there. You know what I'm saying? It is the first of the month. It is October 1st. Okay. Did you pay all your bills, your rent, whatever you got to take care of? Did you do it? Did you iron those clothes if you're still ironing all the way for the week? Lay them out on your bed like it is the first day of school in the 4th grade. Did you wash your clothes, dry them, and put them away? Did you get your grocery shopping done? And if you did, is it cooked? Is it prepped? Did you have your little containers and all that with the labels? If you do all of that, is it tucked away in the freezer, in the refrigerator? Do you have your snacks? Do you have your drinks? Do you have your libations? Are you relaxed? Okay. Are your feet kicked up? Are you in the bed? Are you on the couch? Are you at the desk? Are you at work? Are you on the roof, the patio, the pool, jacuzzi, wherever? Hopefully you are somewhere relaxed, ready to get all of this this superhero comic book news I have to give you. Somebody threw me off. You pay my bill. Oh, I'm broke. I got you. But y'all, I'm super duper excited. The Cowboys did win. That is what's up right there. That's my team. 38-3 beat these New England Patriots, and they are now 3-1. And I'm really happy about that. I really am. Also, do I want to do any cleaning house right now? I think I'll go ahead and say this. Since this is a super hero comic book show, we have a new Disney Plus Marvel MCU series on the rise that is dropping this week, Thursday, October the 5th. That is going to be Loki season 2. And I'm super duper excited about it. And just like I did weekly coverage for Marvel Secret Invasion with Samuel Jackson and a bunch of other people, I will be doing weekly recaps and weekly lives for this. What day will I be doing this? I don't know. Maybe Fridays, 6 p.m. CST. That's what I'm thinking right now. You know, hang out, kick it with you guys for about an hour or so. Also, shout out to Disney, shout out to Marvel. They was nice enough to give your boy screeners for the first 4 episodes. And so the embargo, non-spoiler, lives Tuesday morning. I'll have a review for you guys during that time. And also, the social media embargo lifts tomorrow morning. And so if this is your first time here and you want my non-spoilery, just maybe a 60-second reaction about how I feel about the first 4 episodes, subscribe now. You're gonna get your superhero comic book fix over here with your boy B. Avery. And so again, social media reaction tomorrow, Monday, non-spoilers, then the non-spoiler review for the first 4 episodes, and then most likely this Friday during some time, I may be going live and either by myself or with somebody within the crew. So make sure you, and also they never give us 4 episodes. They always get, if it's like 6 episodes, they always give us 2. And so they gave us 4 this time. So that was a surprise right there. I've been talking this whole time. Hopefully, okay, I'm not muted. Am I sounding good? Did anybody give me the A-okay? Let me go ahead and just start shouting out you lovely people. I see that we have 37 watching right now. So thank you all. I really do appreciate it. We got African Superhero. Yo, I'm in the building tonight. What's up, BKA and JMOers? What's going on, African superhero? I love it. Thank you for being here. Nary's 21 in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? Thank you for being here. Tarian, Rain Reloaded. What's good, my guy? What's good? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Rims 17. What is good? Come on in and hit the likes at the door, lovely peeps. Rims, I really do appreciate it. Moderator right there holding me down. Thank you for being here. So the Soto in the building. What's up, B Avery Jammo fam? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you. And thank you again for everybody for being here. Who else do we have in the building? Chill Spots, aka Stores as Guardian Queen. Happy Sunday, B Avery in chat. Thor and Love say hello. What's up? We got D Weave in the building. What's going on, D Weave? Salute to you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Robert Monroe Jr. You sound a-okay. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I should have checked in earlier, but I appreciate it. Davarier, did I pronounce that right for sure? What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for being here. And also Frantic World. What's up, B Avery in chat? Frantic World, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. But guys, we are over the 10-minute mark. And so I guess we can go ahead and get this party started. So like always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Superhero Comic Book Show. I think this is number 21. I really do appreciate it. Everything that we're going to be discussing today is going to be in the description box below with their respective links if you want to read ahead with me or after at your own leisure. And so that is for you right there. It's been a minute, but we're gonna see something real quick, and I'll do some more shameless plugging at the end. But yeah, like I was saying, it's been a minute, but Ron Burgundy, I think I need your help.
If I'm gonna do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team, assemble! News team, assemble!
Thank you, Ron. I do appreciate it. And to my moderators out there, can't forget about you. Please. Protect the chat as best as you can. So guys, you see the banner at the bottom and you see the background. What is that? We are talking about this Invincible. And my goodness gracious, if you did not see me doing lives about season 1 when it came out, a couple of years ago? I think it was a few years ago. It was damn good. I was like, hey, another superhero animated show and Amazon Prime, okay, I'll maybe, get around to it when I can. Because the trailers did look good, but I wasn't, I was late to the party. But a lot of my colleagues, peers, people that do the same thing I do was like, this show is off the chain, B. You gotta check it out. I did, and I fell in love. And to be honest with you, covering that show, one of those episodes was one of the funnest live streams I've ever had on the channel. Just geeking out, about the content and how great it was. So when we get news like this for topic number 1, it really does put a smile on my face from ear to ear. Topic number 1 coming from Variety. Invincible creator Robert Kirkman wants animated series to run for 7 to 8 seasons. That would be enough to cover the entire comic. Yes. I love to hear this. Excuse me again, guys. If you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link to this down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But let's get into this and see what he's talking about. Robert Kirkman, the creator of the Invincible comics and series, believes 7 to 8 seasons of the animated superhero show will be enough to cover the scope of its story. I'm trying not to pin it down to a number because it's somewhat of a moving target. I think it's in the 7 to 8 season range. Seems like it would be enough, Kirkman said in a recent interview with Polygon, but there could be some things we move through a little faster, some things we expand. If we're fortunate enough to go for a good long time, I think that would be enough to cover the entire comic. Invincible is based on the comic book of the same name created by Kirkman, Corey Walker, and Ryan Otley. The Prime Video animated series follows 17 years old Mark Grayson, Stephen Young, who's just like every other guy his age, except his father is Omni-Man, J.K. Simmons, the world's most powerful superhero, and an evil bastard, if I had to add. When Mark develops powers on his own, he starts to learn the truth about his father's legacy. Guys, yeah, if you want to, I may read that in a second, but this is good news to me because from the jump, okay, they came out with one season. You got to see how it's received and how many views you get. It did well. That's why we're getting more. But for them to be going into season 2 and the creator just saying himself, hey, I think we may want to do 7 to 8 seasons. You know, they're not just spitballing it. They're having a plan, a long, lengthy plan that will create a lot of happiness for a lot of people. And I'm here for it, just short and sweet like that. I mean, I think this is just better across the board just for the entire development of the project, because you can plan it out and do this and do that. And you're not really reactionary. I mean, you know it's good. I haven't read the Invincible comics, and so I've heard other people be like, "Oh man, if you liked season 1, you're gonna love season 3, 4, 5, and 7, or whatever." You know, so this makes me super duper happy right here. I am over the moon. I love this. I love it. I love it. If you haven't seen the show, please get on it. It is quite violent, but damn, it is good, man. It is good because they really pushed the envelope. I've never seen anything like it before. I'll tell you this, just if you haven't seen it, just watch the first episode. Okay. I can't remember if it's like a 30-minute show or like an hour. I think it's longer than 30 minutes. But if you haven't seen the show, watch the first episode, and I can guarantee you're gonna be like, damn. Really, B? This is what you recommend? Yes. Yeah, because that reaction that you're having, right? That's why. And so, yeah, it's I really did enjoy it, man. I really did. Kirkman hopes to explore some original storylines along the comic books ones in the series, saying there are some things along the way that didn't get into the comic that I like to do. I think it'd be cool to have some episodes here and there that are completely original. So that's part of the plan moving forward. That is even better. And even this previous comment that he made up here saying that we may want to rush through some things faster, but then expand other things. You know, sometimes things don't translate the best from page to screen. And so you may want to skip through some things, you know, if you think, you know, it'll be received better from the audience, the public, and some stuff that you didn't really give too much detail on about. It could be whatever you want to expand on, because like, man, this sounds great, but imagine this visually. Let's make this right here that usually would have been told in this amount of time over 3 times that, you know? So again, this is a great news. But let's see here. I'm extremely thankful to Amazon for the support and dedication they put behind Invincible. Kirkman said the comic book is truly a love letter to a genre that Corey Walker and I grew up reading and loving, and it's been a gratifying journey to watch our characters come to life again through the animated series. We're beyond excited to continue this story for at least 2 more seasons. I think this is great. And while they're not going to make 7 seasons at once, at least they're not just making 1 more, they're making 2. At least that's what it sounds like. So I'm a happy camper. What are you guys saying about this? And Puma Lee, thank you so much for the first super chat of the day.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Watching Gen V, can't wait for Invincible 2. I haven't got to Gen V yet. I need to. I really do. I can't wait for Invincible 2 as well. But thank you so much, Puma Lee, for the $2 super chat. I really, really do appreciate it. I really do. What's going on, One Journey? And Let's Chat with B. I'm really happy that you're excited about this live. That's what's up, Puma Lee. Already. Let's see here. What are y'all saying about this? I like Invincible 2. Good. I hope they do a season covering Mark and Anissa. Yes. Me too. What's up, T-Man? How you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, guys, here we go right here. This dude trying to stretch Invincible out to possibly 7 to 8 seasons. And I'm like, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Everybody likes it. You know, audience likes it already. So again, guys, if you're watching this via live or on the replay, there's why am I screaming like that? There's a link to that in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But now, guys, before I move on to topic number 2, I want to address this wonderful blessing right here. Oh my goodness gracious. Damn! W, my gosh. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Keep up the amazing work. I really do appreciate it, W. Man. That's wonderful right there, man. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you. For real, man. I really do appreciate it. You know, that means a lot. You know, you guys just watching the videos and leaving a comment and thumbing up is enough. But when you can do that in addition to this, you know, I just really do appreciate it. So W, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, you know, helping your boy out like that, blessing your boy. So thank you. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, let's see here. And man, I must have deleted it. I think I know I did, but let me adjust this banner real quick before we move on to topic number 2. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna move that there. All right. Again, thank you, W. I appreciate it. Yes, Rams. Thank you so much, W. W for the win. W for the win. W for the win. What do you say? What do you say? Everybody. Yes! All right. Let's move on to topic number 2. I'm not staying on DC. This is DC right here, talking about that Superman. This is coming from comicbookmovie.com. And I don't know if this is a real story or not. We're going to see. But Superman Legacy star David Cornsweet is spotted looking jacked as update on shooting start date is revealed. Now, of course, this is David Cornsweet. He has now been cast as Superman in Superman Legacy, directed by James Gunn, one of the first films in the DCU and the new DCU, and we're going to be talking about that, you know, replacing Henry Cavill. But they said your boy is looking jacked, and that's a good thing because I want to jack Superman. You guys let me know what you think. But Superman Legacy star David Cornsweet has been spotted looking jacked as a SAG-AFTRA strike continues, suggesting he's ready to suit up when production begins. We also have an update from James Gunn. When the news broke that David Cornsweet would play Man of Steel and Superman, it took no time for all people to dig up old, unflattering photos of the actor in effort to suggest he simply isn't swollen enough to play the character. Now, I will admit, guys, I was guilty of that myself, not with David Cornsweet, but with Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman, because as soon as she was cast, I immediately thought about her character in Fast 5. Like Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, I was like, oh, the woman from Fast 5 as Wonder Woman? That is horrible. I hate to, I don't mean to be cruel, but at the time, honestly, I was just like, she is just too small to fulfill that role. Not saying that she has to look like She-Hulk or whatever, or, you know, anything like that, but I was like, no, that's not going to work. I don't think I went as far as like sharing photos online, but I did feel that way. I'm just keeping it real. But Gal, you know, she was in the weight room, and she, you know, and she's great as Wonder Woman. I love Gal as Wonder Woman. I just had to throw that out there. But that's nonsense, of course, as he has plenty of time to train despite the strikes. It looks like our Clark Kent has been doing exactly that. Now, I want y'all's opinion of this. Some photos shared by justjared.com show Cornsweet looking buff and bearded, prompting many fans to point out how much the 30-year-old looks to former Superman Henry Cavill. Look at this. This is the photo from justjared.com. Like, why did he just looks like a regular guy. Now, I'm not saying that he can't get big, but I don't know. Maybe I should have looked and saw how big he was before this. But I'm not saying he's bad built right here at all. I'm not saying that at all. But to me, this is not jacked. Am I tripping? What do y'all think? I hope it's good too, SJ. I hope it's good too. Oh, Jack means good. Ella, what I thought it was the opposite. No, Jack is in swole. What's up, Buck Thoughts? Yeah, this is 30-year-old David Cornsweat packing on some muscle for the role. I don't know, man. I mean, does he have to be as big as Henry Cavill? I guess it just depends. I mean, it's Superman. It's like, you know, I'm not a Superman expert, but I just don't remember any strip where he started out small and started lifting weights in the gym. I'm not trying to be stupid when I say that. I'm being for real. Okay. I'm just seeing some cakes. All right. And again, I'm not hating on the brother. This movie don't come out again to 2025. This movie is not what about a little over a year and a half. So he has time. And I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. Yeah, they'll put him on a workout, on a regimen, and you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure he can get bigger. But you know, this is right here. It ain't just like, oh shit, you know, okay. Yeah, yeah. And it's very possible. I just want a good Superman. Me too. So yeah, this is it right here. Responding to a fan on Threads, James Gunn also shared an update where things stand. I couldn't write during the strike, but I could direct, he said, meaning working on design, storyboard, etc. As far as the rest of the DCU, I don't even know where we are with everything, as I haven't been able to talk with our writers while this has been happening. Although I'm very happy with the outcome, the strike was a real wrench in the process for sure. So I have to see where we are on everything for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I'd imagine more news out in the not too distant future. Going to continue working on a legacy, bodes well for it's being released as planned a couple of years from now, and it surely won't be long until Cornsweat continues costume fitting. Now, of course, you know, that makes sense because, you know, the writer strike did just end. So, you know, you don't want to ruin anything. You know, you could be, what am I trying to say here? You know, you don't want to get no penalty or nothing like that, you know, talking to writers during the strike or whatever. And so with that ending now, it's good that things like that are able to pick up, and it makes me happy. It really does.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Well, all right, guys, man, hold up. It has been a minute since I've had somebody come through and join your boy, and that's where we're at right now. Who is it coming to the stage?
You call. I'm gonna clean you out again.
Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility.
Wookiees stand out in the crowd. It's good to see you too, old buddy.
We had each other.
Hold on, Chewie.
Man, hold up.
Hey.
It is Elliot with Movie Files. What is going on, my guy? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a minute. How you doing, B?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It has been a minute. It has been too long, to be honest with you, man. And so it's good to have you back. You know, it really is. You know, what's funny is to be honest with you, it wasn't until like an hour before the show. I was like, let me invite some people. You know, it's been, you know, I've been inviting nobody. Let me send out the call. And so you popped up. That's what's up right there. But thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Like I said, I don't know if I've been on the Super Duper show. Of course, you know, we have the long history with your movie roundup show, but I don't know if I think this might be my first time on a super show, man. So I'm excited to be here. What's up to the chat? And yeah, man, superheroes.
Yeah, you
getting
showed
back
up.
to the swing of things.
You showed up at least once. At least once.
Okay,
I,
okay,
I,
okay.
I remember. I remember. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you didn't know already, one of the hardest working men on YouTube. We got Elliot with Movie Files right here. If you love what he has to say as well as myself, follow him on social media. Okay, give him a follow. The dude is a real machine. He be the quality, the production is off the chain. So follow him on social media. His information is in the description box of this video. And like always, he is on my channel tab right there, top right on the top row. And this is what his channel looks like right here. Man's about to hit that 60K subscriber milestone, excuse me. But Elliot, we're on topic number 2, man. You know, we got your boy David Corn Sweat right here
in the gym,
Superman. Yeah, man. And apparently he's been, I don't know why they made a deal about this, but you know, they said he's getting bigger and he's looking jacked. And also we got these comments from James Gunn talking about, hey, I don't even know where we're at on these things because, you know, the writers were on strike and now I'm just being able to talk to them. So how you feeling about all that, man? Does it just get you excited or you on the fence? Where you at on this?
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, we know how much I love DC, so I'm always happy to hear anything about DC news. And of course, we're wrapping up the writer's strike ended last week, and hopefully this week can go well for the actors, so things can get back in the swing of things. But yeah, as far as the photos go, I mean, yeah, I don't follow this man's physique. I don't know what he looks like last year to this year, but I would imagine those comments were probably more so like in person. For someone that does, you know, paparazzi, like that person might have said, oh, wow, like I remember taking a photo of him coming out of, you know, whatever a year ago, and they might see that progression, but the camera might not say it all. So I'm just going by the word of the person that took the photos, that they might be like, man, David looks big in person, but it might not convey in this picture. And of course, just knowing the timelines on when they shoot films and everything wrapping up the writer's strike, it would make sense that this is the time that you would start to see that actor start to hit the gym in preparation for, I believe James Gunn initially said they wanted to start to shoot the movie in the spring of next year. And assuming that everything's going to work out with the actors, you know, strike ending, that kind of lines up that he wants to hit the gym now, fall season, get ready for the spring so they can get the movie going. So I would imagine that it all makes sense and lines up perfectly as far as his workout routine.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm rooting for the guy. You know,
Same.
I wanted him to win. You know, I wish Henry Cavill was here still, but we're gonna be talking about that in a second anyway. But in the meantime, guys, everybody loves that Elliot is here. This is wonderful. But yeah, guys, if you want to read this again at your own leisure, there is a link to that in the description box below. I can't talk below for you to do that. And also, yeah, let me know what's up in that comment section as well, because I do go back and read everything. And so yeah. But let's we stand on DC. We're gonna talk about James Gunn right here. This is continuing on the topic we were just discussing, coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Says James Gunn confirms 3 stars who will continue their roles in the new DC universe. With the writer strike now resolved, the co-head of DC Studios addressed fan questions about which performers will reprise their characters moving forward. For anyone out there who may be confused about the future of the DC universe, Project James Gunn completely understands the challenge of keeping apprised on the latest developments. Where's the quote at? I want to get to that. I'll read the last sentence of this. Let's see here. Where's the beginning of the sentence? Okay, I'll read the whole thing. Gunn, who stepped in last year as co-head of DC along Peter Safran, took to Threads on Wednesday to address fan questions about the development of the new DC slate, and the writer strike has ended. This included responding to an inquiry from months ago regarding whether actors from previous DC projects will reprise the roles, in addition to whether the new universe will commence with Superman Legacy, which has directing David Cornsweet as Clark Kent and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. But up first is the animated series Creature Commandos, which I know nothing about. Nothing is canon until Creature Commandos next year, a sort of aperitif to the DCU, and then a deeper dive into the universe with Superman Legacy after that, Gunn replied. It's a very human drive to want to understand everything all the time, but I think it's okay to be confused on what's happening in the DCU since no one has seen anything from the DCU yet. He continued, and yes, some actors will be playing characters they played in other stories, and some plot points may be consistent with plot points from the dozens of films, shows, and animated projects that have come from the DC in the past, but nothing is canon until Creature Commandos and Legacy. Now, Elliot,
yeah, man,
I like what he's saying here at the very end, but I think it's okay to be confused on what's happening in the DCU. Reason why I say that is I just like to be surprised personally. You know, I don't necessarily have to have everything laid out for me before it comes out.
For sure.
This movie is not hitting theaters until 2025, or about a year and a half from now. And so to me, it's just unrealistic to even be inquiring with this man on social media, like, what's the plan? I'm confused. What's connected? Just let it ride out. You know, like he earlier, was it January? He laid out his plan. We're gonna be getting this, and this.
Gods and Monsters, Chapter 1.
Right. Yeah. You was here doing that broadcast, so it's not that hard to understand. I mean, these are not your regular audience members that are asking these questions on Twitter. They don't care. They're just gonna pay attention to it when the trailer hits. Oh, okay, there's a new Superman. Okay, that looks good. Let me go check it out. Now, I don't mean to like come down on people like that, because if you're a fan and you're excited about something, of course you want to know. Sure. But sometimes it's like, I mean, you know how Twitter can get. It can get ugly sometimes, and gimme now. But that's how I feel about that. But also, and we can get into this more, like you know, Amanda Waller is coming back as Viola Davis, and some other characters. How are you feeling about that so far? You know, because I'll also go ahead and say, Amanda Waller's coming back. Right. Zolo Moanduena for Blue Beetle, and John Cena as Peacemaker. Bring those characters back. Not bringing back Henry Cavill and some other people. So, do you think he's wrong or right there? How you feeling about that too, or just, you know, the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, first off, this man is on Threads, which I don't even know. Everyone abandoned Threads, so I don't know who he's talking to on Threads. Maybe his cousin or something he's responding to. But yeah, the portion that I'll push back a little bit. I know you said the last sentence of, like, you know, it's okay to be not wanting everything at once, or it's okay to wonder and be confused. I don't think confused is the word that you want to use, because I mean, for, you know, stockholders, fans, non-fans, general public, confused is not a word I would put in that sentence. Like you said, I would probably substitute that with surprise. It's good to be surprised about stuff, but confused is not a word you want to have with anything associated with any projects or any franchises or anything. That's not a word I would use. So that's a confusing word for me. James Gunn probably need to edit that and put something else there, like you said, surprised. And then as far as the other portion of it all, the casting that is brought back, I mean, this is Viola Davis. Come on, this is an Oscar-winning, you know, world-class actress. No disrespect to any of the other actors that were a part of the DCU, but I mean, yeah, you bring her back. And then as far as Blue Beetle and Peacemaker, to me, it makes sense, because I think chronologically, story-wise, those are probably those are the characters that we're going to see probably sooner rather than later. Of course, you know, Blue Beetle just came out, and based on the slate, it was Creatures Commandos. The Viola Davis show was announced to be next, then the Superman film. So I would imagine Viola Davis, obviously, her show's going to be coming up next. And who do we meet in that realm, in that world? Is Peacemaker. I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena's Peacemaker would be involved in that show, if it is continuing what happened at the end of Peacemaker with Amanda Waller being locked up. So I would imagine narratively, chronologically, those are probably characters we're going to see before Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and any other characters they're going to bring it on from DCU, as well as, you know, Blue Beetle being attached to Booster Gold, because that was a show that was announced too. So I would just imagine he said those three names first, because we're going to probably see them sooner than we would see. Again, Jason Momoa is rumored to be back. Gal Gadot was back, not back, but now back again. So I would imagine those are some characters that might be 27, 2028 type of appearances in the DC universe, versus those other three that he just named. We're probably going to see them sooner than those other actors.
That makes sense, sir. I like that. Thank you. Now, and it doesn't make sense with Viola Davis. You know, this is Viola Davis.
Yeah, it's like, come on, yeah, we'll make it work. We bring
right. I think it may be a contract thing too,
sure.
as well. And so that's understandable. But we have one more film left before this whole really thing kicks off. Aquaman. I haven't talked to you at all about how you feel about that film. The trailer dropped.
It did.
I am one that really liked the first film. The first time I saw it in theaters, I was okay. This is good, but you know, the second time I saw it, I don't know if it was just the visuals that converted me, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love watching it. I'm not saying it's the best movie, but it's my favorite. And so I saw the trailer, and Elliot, it looks good. We know we've had the rumors. I know they said there's rumors that a baby dies in it, like his child, because that happened in the comics, and I can kind of understand how that may make the test scores low. But the trailers look good to me, man. So I want to ask you, how you feeling about that? And with Jason Momoa on the role, rumored to come back, is that something that you would be cool with, or you want him to be recast as well?
Well, so yeah, I like you, but actually the opposite. I was hooked on Aquaman the first time I saw it in theaters in December in 2018. And like you, it's not my favorite film of the DC universe. It's not my favorite comic book film, even of that particular year, even that month. I mean, if y'all remember back in 2018, that's when the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out. So that was, a little bit lower on my list, but I had fun with it. It's just a quintessential Saturday morning cartoon type of visual effects that I love from James Wan, and just having fun and poking fun of himself. And it's Aquaman. How serious can we take a man that talks to fish? So I think it played into a lot of that, and I just had fun with it. Now, as far as the trailer and the second one goes, I'm hyped, bro. Like, just like you, I'm looking forward to it. That my man Yaya got a lot more to do in this one, which I'm here for. Black Manta with that Triton wreaking havoc.
Yes.
So I'm excited for it, man. I know it's not gonna, break the bank. It's not gonna do $1 billion. But again, I don't even know why the conversation, like what movies make. I don't know when that became like such a big thing for people. I just want to have fun with this movie. It is the last, like you said, the last outing for the DCEU. So I hope it ends in a good way. And again, James Wan, he doesn't miss, man. When do we start doubting James Wan? That's my guy. So yeah, I'm excited for it, man. And then to answer your question, as far as like Jason Momoa being brought, I would like him back as Aquaman. If the rumors are true that he's Lobo, if the rumors are true that he's Aquaman in the DC universe, I'm fine either which way, because I am a Jason Momoa fan, my man. So either way it goes, I'm excited to see what they do with him. And I'm hoping for, like I said, a closing of a very dysfunctional, confusing franchise with the DCU dating all the way back to 2013. I hope that we can end on at least a solid note to remember that just crazy world that was created over 10 years ago.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Here comes a new challenger.
Well, all right. Seems like the call that Ron Burgundy put out earlier worked. And I really do appreciate it. Man, coming to the stage.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo Indidaka! Unyanaka Njobu! I found my daddy with Panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on.
Yes. It has been a minute, but we finally have him back, the rightful ruler of Wakanda, Mr. Larry. What's going on, sir? How you been, man? How you been?
What is happening, fellas, man? It has been a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for being here.
I just have to say, man, watching that and having watched Wakanda Forever, it's just further proof that Killmonger is the rightful ruler of Wakanda. Because when Shuri went and she had to go to her spirit realm to figure out how to deal with all this mess, where'd she go? She went to Killmonger, the last true Black Panther.
Ladies and gentlemen, Larry has not changed, and that's why we love him. What's going on, Larry?
Yes.
What's happening? How you feeling, man?
Yes, Larry is back. Larry is back, and if you love what Larry has to say, follow him on social media as well. His information is on the description box, in the description box of this video. And of course, like always, he's on that channel tab as well. His channel is right here. Give him a subscription. Take Genius over here. Take Genius. But Larry, how you feeling about this DC, man? We got James Gunn is talking about Viola Davis. It's Jolo wearing Dwayne a Blue Beetle. And the Peacemaker guy, I forgot it. John Cena's coming back.
Yeah,
How
he
you
needs
feeling
to be
about
back.
that, man? How you feeling about all that?
He is so dope in that role. He needs to be back for that. But it's funny because I me, I haven't been in the movie theaters for a long time. I finally went back. I took my niece to go see Blue Beetle.
Oh, nice,
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Little review. What'd you think?
It was cool. It wasn't the best movie,
Sure.
but it was. You know what it was? I liked it in part because I had zero expectations going in. The crazy thing was, before I saw this movie, I had not seen a single trailer for it, not even one. I didn't see a trailer for it until after I got back from the movies and I started seeing them. So, but the actor, I liked him before. So I forgot what I used to see him in. He was on some like little teeny bopper show or something I used to watch. But I liked him before. And so when I saw that he was in it, I was like, oh, this is dope. All right. But it seemed like it failed all of us like DC movies do. But I enjoyed it for what it was. So
okay.
But I am happy to hear that they're going to keep some of the former people there.
Yeah,
that's good because not everybody, not that the movies were always great, but not all the actors were trash. It was just sometimes they just weren't the best scripts or they weren't the best directed. But a lot of times the acting was really good.
I agree.
So,
okay, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys let us know what you think about this. Some people confused about the upcoming DCU with James Gunn, some people not. It's starting with Creature Commandos, then Superman Legacy 2025 is going down. And also let us know in that comment section how you feel about Viola Davis, Yolo Maranduena, and John Cena coming back, but possibly not other characters. We're going to read the comments. I want to engage. Let us know. And
I like Viola Davis in that role.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, there's a link to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But moving on to, I think this is topic number 4. No more DC. We are now switching over to Marvel. One of my favorites. Sorry, Elliot. I love DC, but Marvel.
I get it.
Don't make OneTakeBigDog come up in here and regulate.
Man. So out of the Thor franchise, man, I think it's safe to say that probably Thor Ragnarok, Thor 3 was the best one. This new guy, Taika Waititi, was coming through and pretty much saved the franchise, in my opinion. So I was looking forward to part 4. And I remember walking out of it. I was like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But, Elliot, did you do a watch party for that?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't. It was Doctor Strange.
That's right.
Yeah.
But, not everybody felt the same. A lot of people poo-pooed on the film and just didn't think it was the best. I think, some of my guests here may feel the same. We're going to see, though. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a 63%. Audience gave it a 77%. Also made some money at the box office, not as much as Ragnarok, but, it was profitable. But even myself, while I did enjoy it the first time around a lot, I can say now with confidence that it was a step down from Ragnarok. And that really was disappointing. And for a while, I thought Chris Hemsworth and Taika Waititi understood that, but apparently not, because he has some words for people out there. But let's get into this. This is coming from Fandom Wire about Thor 4. Taika Waititi's comments. He says, "We struggle with that. Taika Waititi asked Thor 4 haters to read the comics, despite accepting he failed to do Chris Hemsworth justice." Man. Taika Waititi has made a name for himself in the world of filmmaking by expertly infusing humor and heartfelt moments into his work. I think you're talking about them screaming goats, including films such as What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, and Thor Ragnarok. He's widely acclaimed for his unmistakable directional flair and clever narrative skills and significant contributions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thor, Love and Thunder, faced the daunting task of bringing the mighty Thor storyline to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and some felt the sequel didn't quite live up to expectations. In the companion book for the film, director Taika Waititi responded to his critics by suggesting that they should read the comics if they found fault with the divergent tone of the movie. Taika, why you gotta go say that? Taika explained that he continuously grapples with the creative challenge he aims to infuse in his films with entertainment value and ample humor, intending to playful satirize both the concept of space, Vikings, and the quirks of humanity as we navigate our existence on Earth. Larry, how did you feel about that, man? Do you agree with Mr. Waititi here, saying that these Marvel haters need to be quiet and read the comics, or you think he's smoking on a crack pipe or something? How you
Yeah,
feel?
I feel like he's smoking a little bit on the crack pipe. And I'll tell you part of the reason why is I think it's a little disingenuous to tell people now to go read the comics because they want to tell the haters to go read the comics. But what about when the lovers, what about when the Marvel fanboys get up there and be like, you guys are bastardizing this? And then they just say, well, we're not sticking to the comics. This is the cinematic universe. You don't get to have it both ways. I mean, either you stick to the script or you just let all of us accept the fact that there's going to be, there's just going to be free reign for all types of creativity in the stories with the characters. And I think at this point we're so deep into it that we just accept that they're going to kind of play the comics loose, fast and loose.
Right.
So it's a little disingenuous that, for when people are hating on it, instead of just accepting responsibility for the fact that it wasn't the best movie, to tell them to go read the comics,
All right on. I'm gonna throw this comment in there as well. Waititi said to Via a Heroic Hollywood, the comic run is very serious, and Jane's story is especially tense, and so try to find humor around that stuff. The cancer, okay, as well as making it an emotional story, was always going to be difficult, and we struggled with that. We wrestled with it, and throughout the edit, right up until we finished the film. Taika discussed the creative process, mentioning the inclusion of both humorous and poignant scenes related to the cancer in the film. He noted that the different audience segments had varying reactions, with some embracing the humor, while others preferred strict adherence to the source material. He emphasized the need for adaptation in the filmmaking to suit the medium's distinct requirements. Elliot, man, how you feel about that, man? You talking about the cancer and trying to mix humor with it? I don't know. That sounds a little weird to me, but how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been following Taika's career for a while, and it's been an interesting journey from, the guy that was in co-starring in Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds to guy winning an Oscar for Jojo Rabbit. So it's been a very, very interesting journey. And I've seen a lot of his interviews and his, stuff on the red carpet before. And honestly, deep down inside of me, I think that that's a little bit of satirical comedy by Taika, throwing in haters read that's a Taika Waititi thing to say, because he even said, and I think Thor Ragnarok, that he said he didn't even read most of Thor's comics. So I think it's just I don't ever take Taika's comments seriously, whether he's being genuine or disingenuous. I always think he's being funny, just because that's his seems to be his sense of humor. So I'm not going to take too much stock in him saying to read the comics, because like Larry said, at this point, 13, 14 years in the MCU, there's been maybe a handful of movies that have been true adaptations of the comics. A lot of the Marvel stories and movies are just, like Larry alluded to, are just cherry picking off of certain concept and ideas, but then allowing the writers and filmmakers to kind of take creative liberties around that. So nothing's been truly a, page by page adaptation to the big screen. So again, I just think that those comments are just, I don't take them too seriously. But on the back end of the just Taika, Thor, and just moving forward, I think it's time for Taika, even though I'm a fan of his work. I think he should probably move on to another project and leave Thor to someone else's hands. We got Kenneth Branagh got his outing, Aaron Taylor got his outing, and of course he got two. So I think it's time for him to move on, because I think right now the comedy, going back to the cancer comments, I think we need to see another life of Thor. We need to see another not retelling, but a different interpretation of the character from someone else's lens that doesn't always rely on comedy, even in the more serious moments. And some of them work better than others, but at least time for Taika to move on and allow someone else to come into the helm and bring back the God of Thunder from Infinity War, which I think is still the best version of the character that we see on the big screen.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Larry, you got any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing I think that some people need to just recognize and realize about some of these movies, that some movies are intended to be more serious and thought-provoking, and then other movies are just purely for fun. That's it. They're just like the equivalent of brain candy. And that's how Thor is. When you look at something like Black Panther, there was a lot of social commentary in that movie. And so if you get that wrong and you kind of half-ass it, excuse the French, you kind of can understand people getting upset about that. But Thor is purely fun. That's just all it is. And when you go into it with that mindset, I don't think I don't feel like I've really been disappointed by them because I haven't really gone in there expecting some fantastic piece of theatrical art. I want something that has really high production values and is a lot of fun from beginning to end. And I know some people didn't like him, but I love Fat Thor, and I want to see more of him.
I don't know about that one right
I'll
there.
pass on that. That was a one and done for me, Larry. I don't need to see it ever again.
Yeah. It was funny at first, but they drug it out too long, in my opinion. Well, guys, I didn't give my thoughts. I'm with you, Elliot. There's been some speculation that he may come back for part 5.
Yeah,
but I think he should move on to somebody that may have just taken the comic more seriously. I'm over it, and I don't just feel that way about him. I feel that way about other directors as well.
Right.
But man, it was so much potential. It did this film didn't reach, and that's really disappointing. Because they really hyped us up with Thor. The first 2 films were okay. The first one was better than the second one. He was a badass in 3. He got a power up at the end, got a power up on the weapon in Infinity War, and then then he got fat and goofy, and he got his ass whooped in Endgame. He got his ass whooped, and then we have Thor 4. So it's like it was going up, and then it's going down. So we got to change that. We got to change that trajectory. But
you know who I would like to see direct Thor 5. And he seems to have a good relationship with this director because he's done 2 films with him. Sam Hargrove, who did the Extraction films. Can you imagine an Extraction level of stunts and choreography and action from a Sam Hargrove with Thor? That would
that would be perfect.
Oh my goodness,
that would be perfect. Yeah,
you think he would work well with the Marvel movie? I feel like Marvel movies all about like the extra big productions and IMAX cameras and stuff, and that dude's very much about on the ground, small cameras, him actually behind the camera, get like really fast, choppy moving, stunts. I'm not sure how well that plays in a superhero movie.
A little fun fact, Larry. So Sam Hargrove comes from stunt work. So he worked on like all the stunts for the Thors, or not the Thor, but the Captain America and stuff like that. But then a little fun fact, he actually was second AD on the set of Infinity War. And he shot some of the scenes that you saw in Infinity War. So he has experience with Avengers and Marvel. So I think it would be a perfect fit, my friend, if he, of course, wants to do it.
Give him the job. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, look at his picture. He's at the World Carpet premiere at Civil War, so he's in there, man. He's known for Extraction and Avengers Endgame, like Elliot just said. So, man,
like he should be a superhero.
Yes, that's true. That's Crossbones or something like that. So they need to make it happen. There's some other director stuff they need to make happen. We're gonna be talking about the last topic of the day, but good call, Elliot. I think I may have said that in my. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I may have said that in my my Extraction review or whatever. But guys, again, if you're reading or watching this via live or the replay, there's a link to this article in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure and let us know what you think, man. Is Taika, is he tripping? Do you want him to move on, or do you want to see him come back for Thor 5? Let us know. We all want to know.
Do you want to see him do something else in the MCU, or you just want him to be done with it?
I would rather him be done with it if you ask me. You ask me.
Time to move on, Taika.
Oh, and we have a super chat. I'm tripping. Hold on. Where's it at? I did not forget. Sharon Polite, $20. And Larry, what we got to do for the dub.
I love it,
here, man. You know what we got to do. Where's it? There it is. Yes, Sharon Polite, $20 super sticker. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. You're keeping the lights on and helping your boy get off the corporate plantation. And also, shout out to you, because you don't just drop these during the live. You be dropping these $5-10 here and there in my regular videos. And so,
love right there. That's
thank you. Every time I put a movie review up, it's either $5 or $10 from Sharon, and that was $20. So thank you, Sharon. You are the real one right there. Thank you. I really
Sharon, you got a sister that can come and subscribe to my channel?
2 topics left, y'all. 2 topics left. I'm really interested in seeing how Larry feels about this one, but this is coming from comicbookmovie.com. Wakanda, Ryan Coogler's Black Panther spinoff, now rumored to be an animated series on Disney Plus. We've known for a while now that Black Panther director Ryan Coogler is developing a spinoff set in Wakanda, but what was once believed to be in a live-action TV series now looks to be an animated project. During the Comic-Con 2022 in San Diego, Marvel Studios showcased its upcoming animated offering in a panel specifically devoted to those upcoming Disney Plus projects. Since then, updates have been few and far between, leading to concerns that slice of Spider-Man and Marvel Zombies have fallen by the wayside. What If Season 2 and X-Men are still thought to be heading the way next year, but beyond that, we only assume that the rest of the remaining stages of production. The Cosmic Circus recently shared an update today after doing some digging and unearthing a number of production companies founded by Marvel Studios. These are all upcoming animated projects, including one called Maglev Train that's working on Golden City. Those were previously reserved for what was thought to be Black Panther director Ryan Coogler's Wakanda set spinoff series, but the live action project is now going to be animated. This may have been the plan from the start, of course, and this does line up with recent rumors. The Dora Milaje rumored to be the focal point of a show which picks up after the events of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and we hopefully be right in assuming Coogler will be at Ulyss at unique animation style, which pays homage to African artwork. Elliot, how do you feel about this, man? I know that we know all of us gave some very spirited opinions on the last chapters of the Black Panther Wakanda and the MCU. And Larry was irate, and I don't blame him. We all were upset by some of the decisions that they agree with, man. And I remember saying then that I said I do not have any hope for anything that has to do with Black Panther and the MCU. I don't want it to fail now, but I'm just not excited about anything. I'm not. And this is the first news. That was dang near a year ago. That was like 10, 11 months ago.
Yeah.
When the Wakanda Forever came out. So now we have this. I know we heard about the live action, but now they're talking about it could be animated. How you feeling about this, man? How you feeling?
You know, if I'm being honest, B and Larry, I'm okay with this decision. Because just knowing the trajectory of Disney Plus and you know, some better than others, but the visual effects, the rushing of the series, the rushing of the stories, and one of the things that I think we can all admit that hasn't been fully explored of a series like, for example, the last one, and one of my issues was called Wakanda Forever, but we didn't really expand on the lore and mythology and different clans and different portions, different politics. Some people that didn't agree with certain decisions made by the previous king, and now, you know, we had M'Baku the king. So it's just like, I would love to explore that. And I don't think a Disney Plus live action show would allow that from a budget perspective, from a casting perspective, and just all the stuff going on with just Bob Chapek being replaced by Bob Iger and reorganizing things. So I think an animated show to me sounds a lot more promising than a live action, because we would be able to explore, obviously with animation, you can use your imagination with just exploring different things, visual things, having a big more budget to do other things that I would want to see in the world of Wakanda. So I'm okay with this, man. I obviously, as you just alluded to, would be more focused on the Dora Milaje and seeing how the Midnight, or not the Midnight, but what would they call it? The was it Midnight Sisters? Am I correct in saying
something
that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but that's where we saw.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah, Koye was with them, so it'll be interesting to kind of explore that side of it. And as far as what it would lead into, now I don't know if it would be. We've never seen, because What If I thought was going to take that baton and move it on to live action. We never seen an animated show impact the live action or vice versa. So I don't know if it would be Elseworld anthology What If type of stories within Wakanda, or if it would literally be, hey, we're going to take all the stuff from live action, put it in animation, then we're going to ping pong into live action. So I will be really interested to see how they will handle that. But you know, we'll see. Oh, Midnight Angels, thank you. But we'll see. But like I said, I feel more comfortable with the idea of us exploring more things in animation form than I think it would be limited in live action.
Okay, Larry, where you at?
I'll tell you one reason why I like this is because I think it gives them the perfect opportunity to recast T'Challa. because they can have the T'Challa that's going to do the live action actually voice the character for the animation, and they can even model the animated character after that actor so that people will hear him, sort of see him, and when they finally do see him on screen, he feels more familiar to people. And so it's not such a shock and a jarring thing to all of a sudden to see a new T'Challa. You've been slowly, gradually introduced to him before you actually see him on screen. And I think that would be a really good way to do it. So I'm hopeful. I don't think they're going to do it, but I'm going to remain hopeful.
You know, Larry, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like that idea.
Yeah,
I do. And I just knew you was gonna be like, "Oh, this is the perfect time to bring Killmonger back." You know, I just knew he was gonna be like Killmonger. You know, but I was wrong. And so that's what's up, man. So actually, that's not a bad idea, man.
Yeah, it's not at all.
That's not a bad idea. So I didn't even think of that. How I feel is if they was gonna do anything, I would rather them do animated than live action. I think it's just much less expensive, and still dealing with the T'Challa. I'm not excited, like I said, about anything Black Panther, Wakanda, and the MCU right now. That of course could change. I want it to change. But I just don't. I would rather them not to put too much stake in it, especially with what's to come with Secret Wars and them maybe rebooting the universe. I was going into this thinking that he should be recast after that. Like we get nothing, like no more Black Panther, no more Wakanda, nothing until after Secret Wars. You know, that's enough. That's more than enough time to mourn Chadwick. You know, that would be years later, like over 6-7 years. Chadwick had his time, Shuri had her time, you know. I mean, that's how I was feeling about it. So if there's going to do anything before Secret Wars, if you had to put a gun on my head, okay, you want live action or animated, I would go and animated. And so we can throw Larry's idea in there as well. So and again, guys, I'm not a Black Panther hater. Okay, we're recast T'Challa over here. My disdain for Wakanda Forever was because they killed the queen, the Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett's character. That is one of the worst decisions in the MCU, maybe top 3. So that's why that's why I feel this way. Just to clarify, if you didn't see my reviews from nearly a year ago. So I appreciate that, guys. And in the comments, let me see, anybody have anything? Yes, there is a potentially coming a Wakanda series. And so, SJ likes one of our ideas as well.
You know, if they start doing new series, they really should seriously consider Howard the Duck.
Oh Lord,
bring him back.
I spoke too soon.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
But yeah, y'all, link in the description if you want to read this at your own leisure, and also let me know in the comment section what you think, because I'm really curious. But let me ask you this, what's up?
I joke about Howard the Duck, but I really do want to see him because I love him. But imagine this from like a merchandising standpoint. If you have writers, like let's say you bring in like the writers who wrote Shrek, and you have them with this funny sort of kid-like character, but with adult jokes that it's going to have all kinds of fun, crazy innuendo that's going to go right over the kids' heads. And they're going to laugh because they think it's just something silly. The parents are going to be laughing because they're going to be like, oh my God, did he just say that? But then you have all of the merchandising of this Howard the Duck character. I think it's just a money grab waiting to happen.
You want my reaction to that?
Go for it.
I'm teasing. Sure, Larry. And animated. Let's do it animated. Let's do it animated. You know, what else? Let's do it animated. No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, anyway, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section as well. But guys, we have one topic left. So let's get to it, and it has to do with this video right here.
Because I can control the weather, they call me Storm. Storm, mistress of the elements. I summon the full power of the
Deadline for last topic of the day. Marvel Studios execs I'm meeting soon to hear writers' pitches for coveted X-Men jobs. This is an exclusive from Mr. Justin Crow. I am so happy to hear this right here, and I can't wait to chop it up with you guys. But man, X-Men, like get here right now. They have the exclusive with a deal in place with the Writers Guild. Studios have begun taking aim at setting writers for their open assignments. Marvel Studios is looking to set the bar with what will likely become one of the most sought out after jobs for the scribe. Sources tell Deadline that Marvel will start setting writer meetings later this fall for pitches on its anticipated X-Men movie. Insiders add there is no such rush to fill the job since the film hasn't been dated yet, and it's more than likely that the writer's decision will be made at the top of next year, 2024. Marvel declined to comment. And yeah, Fox had the rights for the longest. Disney acquired them in 2019. The writer strike is over, so X-Men is on the horizon, man. Larry, how you feeling about this?
This is good. I'm curious to know where they're going to start. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a X-Men anything. So I was like,
yeah,
where do you start? Do you go back to the beginning, or do you start in the middle? Do you just throw a dart at one of the comics and say, let's go from there? I mean,
what are you most looking forward to, Larry? X-Men 97, the animated series they're going to be coming out with, a live action X-Men.
Oh, I want to see the live action X-Men. I'm happy to see the animated, but I really want to see the live action.
Okay. And that's a good question you raised, man. Where do you start? Because from the little I know, X-Men has a much deeper history as far as time is concerned, much more than the Avengers. Not crapping on the Avengers, but you know, they've been around for a minute. They stretch across the universe, the galaxy with the Shi'ar Empire and all that. Right. Elliot, man, this writer strike is over. I mean, we knew this was coming, and I want to throw this out there. It's like, Marvel had from jump 2008 been handicapped, bro. Haven't had all of the rights to their characters. They finally do now, but when they finally got the rights to their characters, Bob Barker left, and Bob Chapek came in. It's like, damn it, we take a step forward and two back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So so phase 4 in the beginning of phase 5 is not the best. But then Larry was here. The news came out that Bob Chapek was gone. They were like, yes. But then we got another hurdle. I got dang writer strike got in the way. And he's like, God, we can't win for nothing. Man, can we please fire at all cylinders? But also, I'm not going to just sit here and say that Kevin Feige not at fault either. Okay, he may have made a bad decision as well. But anyway, with all that being said, man, it seems like the obstacles are out of the way. I mean, the actor strike from the end soon. Seems like all of the obstacles, the hurdles, the dips, the ditches, the shackles are out of the way, and we finally can move forward with this project. How are you feeling about this? What's your take, sir?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, they've been hinting at mutants for a bit now, especially, whether it was hinted at with Wanda not just being an experiment, but actually having some type of X-mutant gene within her that was ignited by the Infinity Stone. Obviously, for those that watch Ms. Marvel, they reveal that she has a mutant gene. And of course, we're going to see her later this November with the Marvels. And then if all things are, well, not all things, but if most of the rumors are to be said about what Deadpool 3 is going to be doing, it's going to be like a tip of the hat and a goodbye to the Fox universe, which obviously was very heavily involved in X-Men and Fantastic Four. So with that being said, it seems like it's all kind of lining up to, once we get past Deadpool 3, mutants will be an existence within, like a full-on existence within the MCU, whether it is from the X universe, for the Fox universe. So I think it just kind of makes sense. And from all the other projects rumored to be still in line after these strikes, Fantastic Four, and of course, Kang Dynasty, and of course we got Secret Wars. So I think they're teeing it up perfectly to get the ball rolling. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these writing rooms and writers being brought in, going back to Larry, our conversation about animation, and you brought up even X-Men 97, I wouldn't be surprised if the first time we get like an actual true X-Men project could be a Disney Plus on a smaller scale, Disney Plus, to Larry's point of like, when do we start the story? Well, let's have a origin-ish story of like, okay, where have they been? What was the creation of X-Men on a smaller scale, having a couple smaller characters, and then expand them into a bigger, full-fledged X-Men universe type of a film. So I'm excited, man. I'm a big X-Men fan. We all been kind of theorizing, okay, maybe they've been in another universe, and again, Deadpool 3, Secret Wars are going to bring them into the MCU, or have they been here the whole time? So it's going to be really interesting to see how they tackle that. So I think it's smart for them to at least get the pen to paper now, iron out all the kinks, and hopefully get us all excited for X-Men MCU officially.
Okay. Larry, I'm going to throw it back at you. I got this from Twitter. It says Scooper here that's been, pretty credible. Can we get some toast? He says the current idea to reboot the X-Men in the MCU does not feature Wolverine on the team. There's a reason why Marvel is starting to push the X-Men so hard across all mediums, and will continue to push them until they're on the big screen. How you feeling about that, man? I think Logan is the best X-Men movie to date. I think second place, in my opinion, is X-Men First Class. But with as popular as X-Men, as Wolverine is, how you feeling about this? If this is true, that he shouldn't be part of the team, is that a good idea to you, Larry, or should he have his own solo film again? We know we're gonna get him in Deadpool 3. How you feeling about this?
I mean, they definitely should bring him back. I don't know if he needs to be a part of the team as so much as he shows up. He could show up when needed. But one thing that I would definitely like to see with this, if they're starting to have writers come in for pitches, I hope they do something sort of like they did with Lord of the Rings, where they film like 3 movies at once. And
I'm cool with that,
because when you start talking about taking 2.5 years in between these movies, these actors start to get older and they don't always look the same as they used to, and some of these characters are not supposed to age,
right?
I mean, that's part of their mutant power, is they don't age. And when you have a character on there that starts off looking like he's 30, and the next time you see him he looks like he's 55, so I would not only that, I think because the X-Men stories are so like central, I feel like if you created 3 movies, all the other MCU movies would kind of have a foundation that they have to play off of. It wouldn't be any more of this, okay, well, that doesn't make sense because this doesn't match up with that, and that doesn't match up with this. They already know what the stories are. They know that whatever you do, it needs to match with what's happening here. And I think that would work well, not just for the X-Men stories, but for the whole MCU.
One thing they do need to address soon is that big ass Eternal, Celestial that's hanging in the middle of the Indian Ocean from the Eternals movie. But that's coming. Elliot, same question, man. How you feeling about this? And also, like, when we do get the X-Men, is this something that you think should happen before Secret Wars or after? I think I know the answer, but I want to ask you anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, first, the X-Men, Wolverine being absent, I'm okay with that because, again, if rumors are to be said, obviously we know he's in Deadpool 3, and apparently he's going to be a key character with Secret Wars. So it wouldn't make sense to me, at least chronologically, because it kind of goes into your second question. I think we're going to actually get more of the mutant story after Secret Wars takes place. And it wouldn't be like, okay, we just said goodbye to Hugh Jackman. Now we got a new Wolverine. I think it makes more sense to allow that character to officially be off the table, at least from Hugh Jackson's perspective. And then oh my goodness, I can't get more excited than I love Wolverine. Like, that was one of my first superheroes I ever fell in love with. But as the X-Men, as I learn more about the X-Men, there are so many more, I won't say necessarily better, but at least more interesting characters that really haven't gotten the chance to be fully developed and seen in the best way possible. As you played that video, Storm being one of them, have her be the leader of the X-Men. Of course, bringing in Cyclops. That man is a badass. He's an actual leader of the X-Men. So seeing him put the Jean Grey Phoenix saga, put that in a vault for at least 30 years. We got enough of that. But we've seen too many of them drop the ball on that. And that's a story that actually needs a 10-year build up, like we got in Infinity War. They should have 10 years to build up to the Jean Grey Phoenix saga. But I think that's a perfect idea to introduce the X-Men as a team. Wolverine, let him retire for a little bit, come about him, later on in the franchise. but just focus on the team and the dynamic and what makes them so special, and then throw in like a cherry on top with Wolverine. So I'm perfectly cool with that, for them allowing him to sit it out for a while. And to that comment, to Larry's point, start them off young, at a younger age, cast them at a younger age, for we can grow with these characters. So like Larry alluded to, we're not seeing them at a mid 35, and then the way Marvel does these things with projects being kind of greenlit and kind of being in limbo for a while. Next time you see them, they're looking like older people. So yeah,
right.
Cast them young.
You already cast a new Logan?
No, not yet.
So they say. But
who do you want to see?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, at this point, Jared Anderson's been thrown around, and Daniel Radcliffe has been thrown around recently. Carl Urban, I think, was thrown around more recently, but I don't know. Maybe a no name. No one.
I like the kid. I like the kid from the Kingsman.
Yeah, Terrigen.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not putting much stake in it because we're not gonna see this movie until 2030. I don't think,
it's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while because with Secret Wars coming out, 2027 or 2028,
and then Fantastic Four is coming before them, so they got to establish them in the world too. So it's gonna be a minute.
So my take on it is X-Men should not be introduced in any film or television Disney Plus show until either during Secret Wars or after. I would be fine with that. And what I want to know, I mean, we just got done with this writer strike, but Marvel Disney needs to be coming out with this should be the next big announcement that the Russo brothers, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, are back to either write and or direct the Secret Wars and or the next X-Men film. I do not know why they have not been hired back. That is the perfect choice, in my opinion. Y'all may disagree, and if you do, that's cool. But they have produced and written and directed some of the best films in the MCU. They've made the most money, and they have the most experience. And they're fans of all of this. Russo brothers have expressed interest in doing some X-Men stuff too. They're not doing anything else right now. What was that show on Amazon Prime that didn't do well at all? Yeah. They're not doing nothing else. So I don't get it. What is this? So there's nothing on the filmography. This is coming out next year. They're in post-production. So what gives? I don't get it. Same thing with Joe Russo. They don't have nothing on their slate. He don't even got the other film. He got nothing. What about Christopher Marcus, Stephen McFeely? I mean, from them having the experience alone, Endgame and Electric State, they working together. Work together again on the MCU. Am I tripping or am I making sense? One of y'all let me know, please.
I mean, I'm looking at it like this, like you just mentioned, from Civil War, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame. That's a pretty good run. And some people might want to, like Quentin Tarantino's claiming he wants to do, to end on a high. Some people might just want to walk out on top and not mess it up or muck it up. But also at the same time, to be fair to the Russo brothers and Marvel and Kevin Feige, you got to cut these directors got to cut their teeth somewhere, Brandon, right? We can't just always rely on the old regime to come in and save the day. Like, we got to discover a new Russo brothers. We can't keep bringing back, I love Sam Raimi, but bringing back all these talented veterans that brought something like Spider-Man to the forefront on the Russo brothers with Captain America in a different way. So I think we got to discover the new Russos. And because I think right now those films were from, what was it? I would say 2012 is probably when they started writing and developing Civil or Winter Soldier, and then to Endgame. That's 10 years of your life. Now, granted, it's probably a fun time, but that's stressful, man. You're not with your family. The kids are growing up. They're getting older. They obviously have their own production company now due to the success of those Marvel films. So I think it's just one of those situations, where it's just like, man, we've done our time. We've experienced the Marvel thing, and not to say that they're not going to come back, but I think they just want to show, even though I'll be honest with you, Brandon, a lot of the non-Marvel projects, there has not been one project that I've really fully loved as much of the other MCU stuff. All the stuff so far has been pretty mediocre. But I think they just want to let their wings fly and try something else. And who's to say they might not come back for an X-Men project? But yeah, I'm okay with them allowing them to chill for a bit.
Go ahead, B.
I'm gonna push back all the way on that. You know what I'm saying? Because You helping my argument, talking about they may want to do other things. Okay, do other things. I don't have a problem with that. You also said that it takes a lot of time, it's exhausting. You got to be with your family, you want to chill. I agree with you 100%, bro. These movies came out in 2019. That was 4 years ago. So that's enough time to chill. Infinity War, Secret War is not coming out for another 4 or 5 years. So that's dang near a decade to chill and do other projects. They did Citadel. They're doing the Electric State. So there's 2 other projects that are away from the MCU. I agree wholeheartedly. They're like, I don't want to do MCU movies for the rest of my life back to back. That
I could imagine 100%. That had to be the most stressful thing of their career. Yeah.
So they did 4 movies in a row. So they did Civil War, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. That's 4 in a row. Yep. I get it. They want to step away. That's what the Citadel and the Electric State is. They can still do another smaller project that come out in 2025 or 2026.
Yeah.
And then the next one come back and do Secret Wars in 2028. If the Russos come back, they can delay this another 2 years. I'm not tripping because we still have other projects that we can do. And you also said, this is my last point. We can discover more. We can discover more Russo brothers. Yes. We can discover them directing Blade, directing Ghost Rider, directing the Fantastic Four, directing what's that other group that the Inhumans, directing whatever. We can discover new Russo brothers doing that. And I don't want anybody new doing the big $300 million plus, but that don't make no sense to me.
Joss Whedon, he was out of the gate. They gave him that right off. His first MCU film was an Avengers film.
It wasn't okay, but it wasn't 300 million though. It was the first one.
Yeah, but it was 250 million.
I give it that. I give it that. Larry,
adjusted for inflation.
Go ahead, Larry.
I always worry when you go back to the well. It's like if you go back there, people are expecting you to like recapture that magic.
Yeah,
and either you can't recapture it, and so people are disappointed, or you actually do recapture the magic, and then people are like, it feels a little dated. It's kind of like you go back to the well, and it's like you can't win for losing. So it might be best just to kind of move on,
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from what they did. It's just sometimes you do great things, and those great things should exist where they are forever.
And question for you, Brandon, gun to the head. If you had a choice, do you want them back for Civil or for Secret Wars, or would you like to see them maybe? Because they've said their favorite comics are X-Men comics.
Yeah.
So would you want to see the Russos be brought back for that, or to launch the not the Marvel, but the X-Men universe with an X-Men film?
That's a good one, man. Oh, that's a good one right there. I would say I would want them to do Secret Wars.
Secret Wars?
Really? I think Secret. I mean, I think they're both very important films. Like you can't mess up on these. You can't mess up. And I think the Secret Wars is more important to set the bar straight for the rest of the MCU. You gotta close it out right, and you gotta. It's not closing out. You got to merge it the right way. It's a big ass story. And they have the most, that's a tall order. They said to themselves in interviews, like, woo, doing that as big as that story is, that's going to take a lot. I need somebody with experience to handle Secret Wars. That's my main reason why I feel that way, is because they have the experience.
You brought up resetting it and ending a chapter of a sense. I would love to see Jon Favreau direct Secret Wars. Start the MCU, close it out.
I feel comfortable with that.
Bring him in. He's a world builder. He's a big fantastical genius mind. I would love to see him do that, and then leave the Russos to.
I concur. I like that. Jon Favreau for Secret Wars and the Russos for X-Men. Yeah, okay, and let's get the triple threat here. Who's gonna lead them up with Kang Dynasty, Avengers 5?
Well, right now Daniel Dustin Cretton is still attached to that project, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. I'm not. I'm confident in his direction.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, but I'm
still attached to it.
I'm not. M. Night Shyamalan do Blade.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It'll be a mystery. We'll be guessing the whole time. Is he a vampire? Is he not a vampire? Is it all in his head? Nah,
Final thoughts for the panel. Y'all good? Okay. Well, guys, there we have it right there, man. It's going down. The writer strike is over, and Marvel is hiring these writers to pop off this X-Men. Are you excited? Do you not give a crap? Who do you want to direct the X-Men movie? And also Secret Wars right before that. Let us know in that comment section. We are dying to know, and there's a link to all that in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for the super duper superhero comic book Smashdown, excuse me, number 21. I really do appreciate all of you guys coming through and kicking it with us to talk about this news. We had a lot of fun, and it's been a minute, my guests, for coming through as well, man. That is what's up right there. It was last minute impromptu, and they heard the call from Mr. Ron Burgundy. Man, this was fun. We gotta, of course, do that more, and that's up to me, I guess. But before we head out of here again, Elliot, I really do appreciate you coming through, my brother. And why don't you let the good people out there know what you got going on your lovely channel for them to look forward to?
Yeah, man. Like you said up top, it's been a minute, man. So glad to see you and continue to do your thing here in this space and carving your legacy out on the interwebs and doing a great job of doing so. So I'm always honored and privileged to be here on your platform and sharing a good time with your audience. As far as content, man, so I was fortunate enough to be able to cover the Fantastic Film Festival this past week, which was very, very exciting, but also very draining. Saw a bunch of new movies. So earlier today, I shot a video compiling just kind of mini reviews and my experience with Fantastic Fest. So I'm going to be putting that out sometime later this week. A couple new movies coming out this week with a new Netflix psychological erotic thriller by the name of Fair Play. So that'll be coming out soon. There's a couple horror films coming out this week. Totally Killer that I'll be talking about. And then another sci-fi drama coming out by the name of Foe. So keep an eye out for all that coverage from the film festival and TV shows like The Changeling and Only Murders in the Building and Gen V, which has been a fun experience so far. And of course, like Brandon alluded to earlier, we got the return of the best Marvel Disney Plus show this week with Loki. So it's a fun time to be a fan of these movies and shows. So keep an eye out for all that content coming soon.
Yes, thank you for that, man. Y'all need to subscribe, man. He got some good stuff over there. Yeah. Larry, my brother, the rifle ruler of Wakanda, Killmonger, man. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. What you have going on in your world for all the good people to look forward to?
Oh man, I've still been trying to figure that out. I have this company that's trying to hire me to make YouTube videos for them full time. So I haven't decided on that. I'm gonna make that decision next week and
that's what's up.
Decide if I'm gonna do that full time and part time my channel, or if I'm gonna keep full time in my channel. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I do know I'm gonna just do camera stuff. That seems to be where people are interested in most on my channel with camera gear. So that's what I'm gonna keep on going with it. So yeah, man, just other than that, I was on lockdown for a lot longer than everybody else. So I've just been outside for a minute. I went to San Diego and then Atlanta and then Denver and San Francisco and Miami. So I've just been trying to be outside.
Already. I ain't mad at that, man. I ain't mad at that. Okay. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, over here with me, this is your first time here. I do this every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CST, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. So I got a whole little playlist right there. Again, the Movie News Roundup show is coming back. It's just on hiatus right now. But until then, if you like Power, check out me and Lamont's recaps that we do each week for Power Book 4 Season 2. We just did episode 5. Had a lot of fun there. I'm also covering the Continental on Peacock. It's a very good show. Episode 3 drops this Friday. I think I'm going to be linking up with somebody for a recap for that. And also check out my reviews for The Creator with John David Washington, Outlaw Johnny Black with Michael Jai White, and the worst Expendables movie to be released. This movie was mega trash. They should be ashamed of themselves. And also I did Saw X, which was good, surprisingly good. So not as good as the original, but it was good. And last but not least, like Elliot said, man, Loki season 2 is dropping this Thursday. I will be doing weekly recaps as well. I'm thinking Fridays at 6 p.m. CST, but we're going to have to see. Again, shout out to Disney Marvel for blessing us with some screeners for the first 4 episodes. Can't talk about it till tomorrow, but right after this, I'm going to try to go through the episodes again for my reaction for you guys tomorrow morning. Is that it? I think that's it. But yeah, you know, also, yeah, what y'all think of the thumbnail? I'm always trying something out new each week. But guys, again, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Elliot and Larry. That's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.